Microphone on. There we go. Welcome to the channel. This is PC-Gamerz-UK. Something completely different with the new batch of UAP data now being released today on 8th of May. I know we've just had in the UK the massive elections, and I'm hoping Reform do well. I don't like to talk about politics and never do in any single of my videos, but well done there to Reform. Okay, back to today's video. We're jumping into the new UAP discoveries. Now, I used to have a UAP channel called To The Edge Academy. Got over 1,000 subscribers on there. I do love this topic. The only way I can kind of go live is by jumping on my gaming channel, so I do apologise if you're expecting me smashing around in the Peugeot 306 Maxi. I'm not doing that today, so something completely off topic and what I usually make, but I've just got to jump in here, figure it out as I go along. I'm currently on the US Department of War website, not clicked on anything yet, just got it loaded up, try to get it on my screen. I don't have my camera set up, so I can't like go live with me in the footage, but so I just want to say straight off the bat, thank you for being here, thank you for clicking on my video, and let's just jump into this US Department of War and just try and see if we can get some new video footage, new images, data points, times, timestamps, anything. So that's why I've jumped on live this afternoon. It's now 2:36 here in the UK. I've gone on YouTube, tried to find, I've seen a few new news articles from say Fox or CNN over in America saying they've been released today, so on and so on. So therefore, that's why I'm making this video, and we're just going to jump in. So why the buzz today? Well, the Department of Defense has officially started releasing what many are calling the UFO files batch today as part of a push for transparency led by the current administration and bipartisan support in Congress. This release includes never before seen information from various military branches, specifically focusing on unsolved reports from global operations. So I've just pulled that up from a bit of a research trying to find which website I need to go to. It was trying to put me through to Arrow to start with. Now, I'll be straight off the bat, I don't trust Arrow whatsoever. And from the Arrow website, I'll pull that up. So as you can see here, I've got date added January the 6th, 2026. So I was like, well, surely it's not here. Where do I need to go? So we're going to jump into the US Department of War website. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've not clicked on absolute nothing. I don't even know where the videos are. We're just going to try and find them. No prep, no script, no AI. So today down, live events, releases. Maybe we'll go releases. Let's have a look. Department of War releases unidentified anomalous phenomenon files in historic transparency effort. Department of War awards Academy District 42.7 million grant for Douglas Valley K School at United States Air Force Academy, Colorado. So anonymous has got to be this one, right? Okay, Department of War releases unidentified anomalous phenomenon files in historic transparency. Today is the Department of War announced the initial release of new never before seen files on unidentified anomalous phenomena. As part of the presidential unsealing and reporting systems for UAP encounters, this interagency effort includes the White House, the Office of Director of National Intelligence, the ODNI, and the Department of Energy, DOE, and the DOW's All Domain Anomalous Resolution Office, also known as ARROW. So additional components of intelligence, the collection will be housed on war.gov/UFO. That's where I am. I'm already on there. So I know we've got these images here. Let's click on this one. Can we zoom in? Maybe not. So what else we got? More images, more images. Don't know if these are. Look at this great thing here. Can you see my mark? Yeah, you can see at least my pointers on. I'm not too fussed about any of these images. Oh, look at that one. Well, there we go. There's the proof. So actual site photo with FBI lab rendered graphic overlay depicting corroborating eyewitnessing reports from September 2023 of an apparent ellipsoid bronze metallic object materializing out of the bright light in the sky, 130,195 feet in length and disappearing instantaneously. 2024 430 composite sketch. So we don't want none of that. We don't want no CGI. We don't want no AI. Can I big that up? Surely I could. I don't know. How do I zoom in on my screen? I need to be able to zoom in on my screen. Is it plus? Just something like Alt. No, don't know how to do it. Drop a comment below. Don't normally do videos like this where I'm online and stuff, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So, archival imagery from the Apollo 17 mission to the moon. The yellow box contains an enlarged area of the original photo in width. 3 lights are visible above the lunar terrain. Okay, so I think I've seen that. I've seen that image before. NASA UAP VM6 Apollo 17 at 1972. When's this from? Dow UAP PR19. Unresolved UAP report, Middle East, May 2022, so pretty recent, only 4 years ago. I need to be able to zoom into these, don't I? Let me just let me Google the fucker. I mean, pardon, excuse my French. So yeah, so still from a video that a US military operating reported AS featuring UAP flying across their screen. This is obviously depicting here. It's got a little bit of a trail through it. Cylindrical in shape, typical cigar shape. It looks a bit longer than normal than just a disc. So what else we got here? So hang on a minute. If you're trying to get a better look at those tiny UAP files names on your screen, zoom in, press Windows key plus plus. Oh, so Windows key plus magnifier. Okay, just put that down here for now, just to give us a better. Well, what are you doing? Come on, man. You're ruining my shite here. It's gone from. That went from 100 to 200. How do I just go to, like, say, 125? Settings. Speed 60. I don't want to be changing that. How do I just put that up in increments there? Surely there's a way, you know? And then I can't move it. I can't move my screen, right? I do apologise, people. Like I say, I don't normally make videos like this, but how do I just change that 100% to like 125? So where was we? I want to see the videos. And yeah, this here, I don't want to be seeing sketches like this. We need the videos, don't we? I mean, what's this one? FBI photo A5, infrared still image, the black dot obviously here just under the thing here, captured of unidentified object over western United States in December of 2025. So straight off at bat, some of these are kind of like quite recent, from 22, 23, 24, 25, which is good really, because they're not like the other one, 1972. FBI photo 1, infrared still image, black dot captured of unidentified object over western United States in December of 2025. So another one from 2025. I mean, I need to zoom in. It's as simple as that. I mean, I'm struggling to see that, so imagine that's something like screen capture there. Volume. Reset the zoom to last preferred magnification. Press Ctrl Alt and plus or minus. So if I press Ctrl Alt and then just plus, don't do jack diddly. Okay. So I can go straight from that to that, but then I can't control top of my screen. and it's moved over to the right, so I don't know how we get around that. I mean, this one looks interesting, but I'd like to zoom in. So Dow UAP PR46 unresolved UAP report 2024. So a US Pacific Command reported UAP that resembles a football-shaped body near Japan. I mean, near Japan. I know they've redacted all the sensory stuff, i.e. for maybe national security and stuff like that, but at least they're actually releasing this stuff. I don't care to some degree about redacting radar information and the techniques that they're using to gather this information. I'm not fussed about that. I mean, this one looks quite close. Yeah, I've only seen 2 of the videos on a CNN clip, and there's like a little white orb on one of them, going across. Looked like sea again. So I'm unsure what's this one. So Dow UAP, this is PR43, Unresolved UAP Report, Africa 2025. So a US military operator reported UAP while operating within African airspace. Now, I don't know if you can see that, because I can't. I can't see anything on that picture. I need to be zooming in. Same again. What I'll do is I'll just go, if I go live on my, because my chat don't come up on, unless it does. If I just drop some comments below. I'm no professional at this, but it's a topic I need to discuss, and everybody should be discussing it today. Dow. So this is UAP PR38, Unresolved UAP Report, Middle East 2013. Still from a video featuring an 8-pointed area of contrast captured via infrared sensors. So yeah, like I say, these being redacted for the infrared sensors and types and things that they're actually redacting from it. It's acceptable, because at least we're going to get the video files, the imagery, and not so much the data on how they capture that data, which could, in theory, affect national security and stuff like that. But it same again, it doesn't give the people who look into all them numbers and be able to work out its distance, its height. It does give you more of an understanding of the video or the image. So, I mean, I don't really want to be going too much into the images. I want to see the video releases. We've already seen that one. So if I come out of there, and what have we got here? Directive. So in response to the President Donald J. Trump directive for transparency on U.S. government information regarding unidentified anomalous phenomena, the Department of War, with support from the Office of Director of National Intelligence, the ODNI, is overseeing government-wide effects to exponentially find, review, identify, and declassify and publicly release unresolved UAP-related records and historical documents in the federal government's possession. This is an unprecedented historic undertaking that requires coordination between dozens of agencies and the review of tens of millions of records, many existing only on paper, spanning many decades. Given the scope of this task, the Department of War will be releasing new materials on the rolling basis as they are discovered and declassified, with tranches posted every few weeks. So every few weeks they're going to be releasing short bits out each time, from what I'm hearing. The videos that I have seen, I need to find them, so we're going to pull them up whenever I can. So straight away we're just going to click on something like this. See what this. Ooh, feel like I'm in the X-Files now. Let's get in here. Do you know what I mean? So do not destroy. Transfer call 421. Copied for FOIPA. Do not destroy. Section 7, Serial 302. Nothing really mean. Bureau, Investigation, FBI, Central Records Center. This is some form of a receipt or delivery or something. We can download these as well. Asset file names. great. We're not going to jump too much into them. We're going to do the first one, pretty much the same. Second one, transfer cause. Let's try this bottom one. Volume 1, serial 153 only. Declassification authorized, derived from FBI automatic declassification guide issued May 24, 2007. So let's just try and get my head around what these are. I do apologize for the small. Let's try. Hey, J-Dub, how you doing, brother? Let's zoom in. Let's see if I can just. We might not get all. I might not be able to show you all the information, as in what's on my screen, back at the top where I'm clicking on, but that might give you a better view of what I'm actually seeing and reading in the middle of my screen. Then I don't have to piss about with this magnifier. So okay, so FBI S62HQ number case. So file includes investigative records, eyewitness testimonies, and public reports concerning unidentified flying objects and flying discs documented between June 1947, obviously Roswell, and July 1968. The records include high-profile incidents accounts, photographic evidence from sites like Oak Ridge, TN, the technical proposals regarding potential propulsion systems. Additional topics include convention programs, research accounts, and extensive media coverage from the period, so 1947 to 1968. So obviously we take straight away into account Roswell, 1947, from the reports from your David Grushers and Ryan Graves and stuff like that, you know, under their testimonies that they made. I'm going back way before 1947. I'd go as far to say like they've probably been here forever. So coming back out, what we got? Second one, what we got here? So I don't know what these. This isn't really showing me much, to be fair. I'll be honest. July 1968. So the records include. So how do we? So can we download that and then see in them files? I don't know. Drop a comment below. Where are these videos? Let's try and see if we can find the videos. Yeah, you can just see them tabs up top. I've zoomed in, so hopefully that's a little bit better on the screen. So release 01. So drop a comment below. Drop some comments in the love this stuff. If you're on web browser, hold left control and scroll up to zoom. Yep, nice one, G. What I've done is, rather than using this magnifier here, because it just bangs straight to 200%, I've just zoomed in on OBS to try and just get these a little bit better. I'm just trying to find the videos. I need to know where these videos are, because if I go to news, today now live events releases, what we got. Why don't you just say videos? That's what it should say. Photos, photo collections, week in photos, quizzes of 10. I mean, I'd look at that image in middle, what they're doing. Drone dominance, don't start talking about drones. We had enough of that over in America, didn't we? And even here in the UK, so none of that. Don't want secret award, departure, chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, vice chairman. I mean, Burchett's doing a good job in it. Anna Luna Pallone, she's doing amazing. I've gone a little bit off of what's his name, who's just had a bike accident down to Luis Elizondo. Come on, just where are they? You know, it's in also European records. It's doing me not. Today in Dell. What we got here? Open press events, additional open press events, advisories, releases, Department of War releases on advanced phenomena files in UK transparency, historic transparency effort. These are just links to. I don't want to be reading just data. I want to see. It keeps sending me back to there, and that's where I am. It's got to be under releases, right? But then that's just going Department of War. We've already been there. Features, news stories, live events. We don't want to be watching news reports. I'm trying to report it here myself. Secretary for General Office announcements for May 4th. Where's May 8th? 5. May 5th. Department of Awards, Academy District. I've read that. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? Department of War releases. President's fiscal year 2020. So we don't want bad budgets, man. News. What I'll do is I'll fucking AI it. AI will know where they are. So on the Department of War website, where are the videos that's been released? Yeah, I love it too. Like I said at the beginning of this live stream, yeah, what did happen to Tom DeLong? Tom DeLong, good question, G. What he did is he said that he's got material, didn't he? In the Joe Rogan podcast, he said he's actually got material. Said he's got this craft they're working on and building on and stuff. Where's that material? I made a specific video about it on To The Edge Academy. That's what I asked Tom DeLong. Where is that material, Tom? Because we need to see it. So to find the videos released today, May the 8th, you need to go to the new centralized portal rather than the old Arrow table. I'm not on Arrow. The specific link is .gov/UFO. That's where I am. Okay, where to look on the page. Once you're on the site, look for the section titled The Pursue Collection. Where's that? I've seen that. Where is Pursue Collection? Where did I see that? There's a dedicated tab or side link for video and imagery. Multimedia Gallery. The Pursue Collection of May 2026. Help me, people. Features, press conferences, news stories. I've just seen somebody do a live stream of it, which made me go live, where it's showing you a video. The guy were expecting it to come out at water or something, and I could see it clear as day. And he didn't speak about it, and it like went into this like section of a building or something just on land because it was coming over the sea, and then it just disappeared. So it stayed wherever it was in that location. And I want to find them videos. I've only seen 2, maybe 3 on that CNN report. So where the hell are you? Once you're on the site, look for the section titled The Pursue Collection. What do you mean nothing found? You're lying to me. Resources UFO. Okay, so my headphones are saying that I'm not talking enough and they've just turned off because there's no audio. No audio. Photos, videos. Yeah, but is this videos of news and stuff? Yeah, I don't want to see that. Featured videos, all videos, featured videos. Do you know what I mean? This is more like the release, not the files. We need the X files, don't we? Need to get in there. See what I mean? Why do they make it so difficult? These are not release date 5th the 8th 2026. Yeah, but if I search for it that way, let's try it. Is it spelled like that? Pursue Collection. Pursue collection. You know what I mean? Pursue X cocktail. What the f is it on about? Is it you, Rick? It's you. Pursue collection 2010-3 UAP. But you think it'd be on the site? Department of War releases. There we go. Today, Department of War. Even though that's not that one, we don't want the arrow. Stay away from them. That Kirkpatrick guy. Don't trust him at all. National Administration. Subscribe to War. I don't want to subscribe. Can't go to war.gov because I've already that's where I was. Department of War releases unidentified anonymous fan of files. Today, Department of War announces blah 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 blah. Pursue this interaction with the White House. Bureau of Government Intelligence. The collection will be housed on war.gov.ufo and additional files will be released by the Department of War on a rolling basis. This release, I've already read that, and when I go there, it's taking us here. And none of these are videos. These are all the images. Just don't really want to go back over them, even though they're probably a little bit more zoomed in on the stream. Just don't make sense to me. Does not, and I want to get them on here. They do make it hard on purpose. You're right. I mean, that one looks quite good here. Even though it's a proper clear image. These are the kind of like clear images we want, but like pretty close up on the UAP, just to give an eye definition clarity on that UAP. Because to me, all ground there looks like crystal clear. So you just think releases, features from the services, press conference, live events. You know what I mean? I don't want all that. You stupid. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong, people? Don't want to watch children, military, and families and stuff. You think UFO? We've got the images. Intro about what we've got here. Release 01. Learn more. Presidential release reported. Intro. It's stupid, man. This is stupid. And these are, I mean, we've got all the way up to 17. I wonder if anybody's got to 17 yet. See, there, same again. I want to zoom in a little bit, but I can read that out. This document is a summary of statements by 7 US persons employed by federal government who separately reported observing several unidentified anomalous phenomena in the western United States over the course of 2 days in 2023. So same again, they're like, these are like up to date. So I've seen reports 22, 23, 24 and 25. So the summary notes the US persons reported 4 distinct categories of experiences, including observing orbs, launching other orbs at a distance, observing a large stationary glowing orb at close estimated range. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of them videos. I mean, we've got to get like AI and CGI kind of out your head, so that makes it a lot more difficult in today's world to try and identify these UAPs as whether it's CGI, AI, or actually official. Where reports like this from .gov, hopefully it's got some more of like grit and teeth behind it because they're actually releasing it. I'll try that in a second. Let's hold control wheel up. Yeah, you're an hero. You're an hero, G. This is what I'd like when I'm in game. Do you know what I mean? Just a little bit of fucking input from people who are watching, just to say, do it like this, man. Do it like this. Happy days. So yeah, glowing orbs near the ground. So this, you might have seen them videos where there's like one orb, and then you see these lights like fucking dropping out like lava. You know, like they're spitting bloody eggs out, and you think, well, you know what? It just looks fake, but are they actually real? You know, is there some? Are they dropping off little smaller orbs and stuff? I mean, it fascinates me too. So, orb at close estimated range, pursuing a large phenomena near the ground and observing a large, seemingly transparent phenomena, reported to being akin to a translucent kite. Although there is no technical data, directly associated with this report, contextual factors such as these events sharing features with others reported to all domain anomaly resolution office arrow, the reporter's credibility and the potential anomalous nature of the events themselves combine to make this report among the most compelling with Arrow's current holdings. Now, you know when you like hear Trump say something like, "Well, I had these," even though he doesn't kind of like care too much for UAPs and you don't really care about it. He says things like, he spoke to like good-looking men, he'll say, like these typical like pilots who he could put like trust his life with, and he says, they say something like, look, Mr. President, we've seen this, we've seen that, and it's made him question it. Now, the fact that we are now seeing stuff, lads, what's this here? So I do apologise, I can't get no videos up at the minute, but I will find them. So FBI September 2023 sighting, serial 5. So we've got some redacted information out of this one. So this is an FBI 302 interview conducting with a US citizen regarding their first-hand account of UAP encounters at UA test site. Eyes to the sky. You enjoy it, matey. Thanks for tuning in, brother. You take care. So regarding their first-hand account of UAP encounters at the US test site, USPER described a bright light over the horizon. Redaction have been made to protect the identity of the eyewitnesses, the location of government facilities or potential sensitive information about the military sites not related to the UAP. No redactions have been made to any files released under President Trump's directive concerning information about the nature or existence of any encounter reports as UAP or related phenomena. Now, I agree with that because people keep arguing, well, okay, so if there's sensitive information that puts this classified information under national security, then they can choose what they pick to put out and what they don't. But if they actually redact the information that brings or escalates anything towards national security, then that information should and could be released. And that's what they're doing, which is brilliant. So we can download these. So let's just have a look what we've got. He says control zoom in, so I can move that like that. We can zoom in a little bit to this. I'll do my best. So on September, no specific date, 2023. So same again, only a few years ago. Redacted and FBI special agent whoever interviewed this said person via FaceTime video. A something with something sat in on the interview and were in at the time of the interview. After being advised of the identity of the interviewing agent and the nature of the interview, redacted, provided the following information. On the date, looks like a date there because obviously there's the brackets and // so I'd imagine there's some form of date. Was something in the he'd been a something since something and had 10 to 15 hours as a drone pilot. So this witness has been a drone pilot, taking it on September in 2023. This named person or witness was at somewhere with 3 other contractors for LiDAR tests with something after receiving a something. The 5 of them got into 3 vehicles with something driving the first vehicle, something a passenger. The 3 vehicles began driving south at around 7:30 a.m. The sun was in the east with good visibility. The 3 vehicles came to a gate that was giving something trouble. So that's a name, I take it. About 3/4 of the windshield up saw a linear object with super bright light on the east side of the object. The light was bright, white, and bright enough to see bands with the lights. The object was metallic, grey in colour. It did not have any wings or exhaust. The object was smaller than a 737, 1-to-1, 1-to-2 Black Hawk helicopters in length, and was smaller than, definitely bigger than a drone. The object was approximately 5,000 feet above ground level and moved east to west parallel to the ground. The object was visible for 5 to 10 seconds, and then the light went out and the object vanished. The sky was clear and said person couldn't find the object again. So just out of the two Black Hawk helicopters, the object was smaller than a 737, 1-to-2 Black Hawk helicopters in length. So no Black Hawk helicopters in the area, it was just in length. It was definitely bigger than the drone. 5,000 feet above ground level. So I mean, putting into perspective the distance, I know it's really hard to determine the height and distance of these objects, so we've just looked at them too. Let's go to 16, do this bottom one here. FBI September 2023 sighting. A lot of redactions here, exactly the same. We've already got redactions have been made to protect the identity of eyewitnesses. We're going to see that quite a lot. So this is an FBI 302 interview conducted with a US citizen regarding their first-hand account of a UAP encounter at a US test site. Described an object metallic grey in colour, so very much similar to the previous one. Or is that is the same one, isn't it? On September something 2023. No, this is completely different. So it's still the same. September 2023. FBI agent interviewed officer buildings, and right, supervisors sat in the interview after being advised of an identity of the interviewing agent and the nature of the interview. So it does state here just with a US citizen. So obviously when you want some credibility, just a normal US citizen's probably people would look down on that rather than it being saying somebody from military personnel or something like that. So name and date had been such and such for so many years on the date in September 2023. I mean, some people could whoever can depict these kind of ask somebody would actually write a sentence and redact the redacted information could piece these words, not specific like dates and times, I get that, but a word that would actually fit in that sentence. So contractors working on a special project with such and such, she, so we know it's a lady, she had restricted the airspace for the upcoming tests 7:02 a.m. The contractors received the base's standard such and such. Brief got into 3 vehicles and began driving to the site they were going to use for testing. So driving to sites and testing, US citizen, they don't, is it somebody just at work? Dates, times, drove the first vehicle with something as the front passenger, contractors, and were in second and third vehicles. So there's a few people there going to some form of test site, test facility in some way or something like that. Between 7:15 and 7:30 a.m. somebody drove down to a gate that restricted access to part of the whatever base or whatever, attempted to open the gate remotely using a fob. The gate opened just a little and then closed on 3 separate tries. So on the 4th attempt, the gate opened completely and stayed open. There were no prior operational problems with that particular gate, and there were no operating issues with the gate after September such and such. Was driving through the gate, she looked up and saw. Okay, so we're getting straight in there. We can see straight away that's like taking you down. Is there more to that file or what? can download that, but I don't know why I can't. No. So what I could have to do, if I go into OBS, I might be able to like move bits like that, so you will have to apologise for that. I will have to apologise for that, sorry. So 16, we've done this, FBI September. That was just about to get into something there, and I wanted to know more. So this is an FBI through interview conducted with a US citizen. Is this the same one? Yeah, I don't want to, or is that a follow on from that? Let's just have a look. The vehicle drove through a couple of gates. Okay then, so on September 20th, why is it working backwards? 9 a.m. LiDAR testing. Driving East test site acquired data from the LiDAR testing. So this LiDAR is still in September 2023. I don't know if these are separate pages from, they like coincide with each other. The previous one I've just read, I'm unsure, but the last two have been on September certain date 2023. This is around 9 a.m. and it didn't mention a LiDAR in the previous one, so I don't know if it is. This redacted stuff here. We're driving an F-150, is that? I need to probably zoom in my son. These are quite small, so that way, there we go. So, okay, the vehicles on September we're driving F1. I don't know where an F-150 is. We're driving an F-150 was behind them driving at GMC AT4 with such and such as his passenger. So they don't want to give obviously no names. And let's call Dave was behind them driving a Sprinter van. The vehicles drove through a couple of gates and something saw a bright light over the horizon. The light was stationary in the air, then started moving to the right and then disappeared. Dave could see the light through the top right of the vehicle windshield. We call them windscreens. The light was bright white and was visible for 10 seconds before it disappeared. The light stayed the same size throughout the incident. Dave thought the light was 10 to 20 miles away. Did not notice any interference with his vehicle. On said date and time, pointed the light out to, let's say, Carl, but Dave looked in the wrong direction, and Carl was also, let's not say Carl. Something was also tall and had his seat leaned back, so he was not in a good position to see the light. Was indifferent to the light until they got to the first test site and said they saw it too. So distance wise, you know, what did it say? 10 to 20 mile, were it? What did it say there? I already forgot. Seconds before it disappeared. So quite far away. Same again. If people know how we get the, I could go through all these reports. I've obviously skipped to near the end 16 and got working through these backwards because I imagine the other people will be out there looking at these reports going from one forwards. You know what I mean? So stated Department Cable 4, November the 5th, 2004. So 2004, that's very close to the Nimitz incident, 2005. So what we've got here, ufologist and Turkmenistan, I can't even say that, Turkmenistan, had gained a positive reputation as a reliable partner for the United States in Turkmenistan, to the bemusement of the cable's author in the build-up of civil society organizations within the country. The reputation has become earned because everyone in Turkmenistan, it's like, it's weird, it's weird how you say that. It's like in between two names, like Goblekistan. Apparently is interested in UFOs. So unclassified, November the 12th, 2004, from Embassy Ash GABAT, Action, Washington DC. I'm taking that. Tags. Can I zoom in on that? Bear with me. Not Windows, is it? Just Control. See, same again. It like zooms in and it just goes crazy with zooming in, and then I can't see it myself. So You know, you live and learn, don't you? Live and learn. And then maybe I could zoom in on there. I can't even read that myself. So yeah, that's... Let's go for the next one. If anybody can drop me a comment below where the actual videos are within this Department of War website. Earlier on in the stream, I've clicked on most of these images. Nothing really clear in there, and I couldn't zoom in at the time, but now I'll be able to zoom in a few on them. So let me put that up like that. I will be moving my screen around because it's a little bit awkward, but I just need to know where we can find the actual videos now, because I don't want to just keep going through all these files, even though they are interesting. I just can't seem to find them. Like one of my previous people in there said, yeah, they don't make it easy to find them. I've seen quite a few videos. Well, I'm lying. I've seen 3 videos, clips on a CNN news thing this morning. I just want to get those videos up on the live stream. So I've been through some of these. Got all the way to 17. Like I was just saying there, I don't want to. Let's just go to 17 again. Go back to 16. Hopefully they're coming up all right on my screen. Let me just move them across a little bit. So I'm focusing on this screen, not really looking too much on there. So I do apologise. State of Department UAP Cable 2, Kazakhstan. That's the name I was trying to think on. I'm just wondering if the videos, these are all PDFs. PDF, 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 PDF. Let's just have a look on these. Yeah, these are all the redacted files, PDF files, but I don't see no like MPV files. But I couldn't like sit here trying to research all that and then watch the videos and then go live, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to say I do apologise. You think you'd just go to UFOs, releases, and they'd be on here. So release 01. No. Don't want about. So it's this system for UAP encounters. That pursue there, I don't know if you can see that. It is in this top left. That's where I've seen the pursue. AI were telling me to get the videos. Once on the site, look for a section titled the Pursue Collection. So where are the Pursue Collection? May 2026 releases, because this is the whole government releases. The layout is different from Arrow. Multimedia Gallery. There is a dedicated tab or side link for videos and imagery. Yeah, but that's describing on Arrow's website. I've seen that. We've got them here. I mean, you can go on here and you've got imagery and videos within Arrow's site, but this US Department of should bring that back down. Department of War website. Can't find them. But I like how it's got Donald J. Trump, Truth Social here. So I'm glad he's now finally released some of this, and they're going to be releasing it all out in drips and drabs. So over the next week, probably in a week's time, there'll be more. Obviously, these first batch are probably going to be not so bang, there you go, HD, size of a football field, like Ryan Graves spoke about in his testimony, and just show you clear as day, which I wish they would, because it just put all this to bed, wouldn't it? So feature stories, news stories, that's just newsroom, press today, live events, releases. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to YouTube. It's probably the best thing to do in it, because you're just going to have to bear with me. Breaking.
Fox News alert, the Trump administration releasing the first batch of files related to UFOs and alien life.
So is the truth really out there?
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us live with the details. What have you learned, Peter?
Good morning. So a White House official left this hard drive on my desk overnight. You can see on it, it says AARO files copy 203. That is the all domain resolution office copy 203. This is the first big batch of UFO disclosure ordered by President Trump. Some of the clips and videos on there have popped up different places before. Some of them have not, and we have been going through this all morning and overnight to try to put together some of the best videos so we can all look at this together. This is a world exclusive right here. So let's go to the first clip.
So I'm just going to stop in there, so bear with me. So hopefully the audio's coming through okay. This is the one I watched this morning, and there's a couple of little videos in here which I'm trying to obviously find on the Department of War website. So we're just going to listen to this for a second, and then I'll react to it.
Over the skies of the United Arab Emirates in June 2024, an inverted teardrop with a vertically linear trailing mass, as described by the War Department, suspended below. The War Department cannot say for sure what this is. It is officially listed as an unresolved UAP report. The next video, over the skies of Iraq, December 2022, moving bottom left to top right of the field of view. All CENTCOM gets from this is an area of contrast. That's what they describe it as. It is officially still listed as an unresolved UAP report. Next video, over the skies of Greece, October 2023. What is described as a small and circular UAP flying near the surface of the ocean towards land. CENTCOM can't tell us what it is. It is officially listed as an unresolved UAP report. Within the last 2 minutes, all of these videos have gone live on war.gov/UFO, and a White House official tells Fox First, while past administrations sought to discredit or dissuade the American people, President Trump is focused on providing maximum transparency to the public, who can ultimately make up their own minds about the information contained in these files. And there's also a fresh look at some historical records. There's this from Apollo 17 included in this big document dump. One of the astronauts says, we've got a few very bright particles or fragments or something that go drifting by as we maneuver. The control center says, Roger, understood. Another astronaut says, there's a whole bunch of big ones on my window down there, just bright. It looks like the 4th of July out of Ron's window. Another astronaut says, yes, now you can see some of them in shape. They're very jagged, angular fragments that are tumbling. This exchange has long been dismissed as floating insulation. But now the White House is saying, while this photo has been previously released and discussed by keen observers, there is no consensus about the nature of the anomaly. And this all started, of course, because we asked the president about it in February.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know,
So aliens are real.
well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. Well, he made it.
So I'm just going to pause the video here for 1 second, because this in itself, when it happened a couple of months back, obviously you had President Obama come out on a quick fire question round saying that aliens were real, and then obviously this reporter then proposed that to Trump. Now Trump obviously has reacted in his way, but how he actually said that is released classified information, he shouldn't have done that, is kind of admitting that he knows that there is some classified information about aliens or UAPs or whatever it may be, and he shouldn't have been releasing that, which I found kind of like interesting at the time. And just in the background, whilst I've been watching this and letting that play, I've just been doing a little bit of research on AI, trying to find this the videos. So hopefully I'll be able to pull some videos up, because it's asking me to go on the Pursue dashboard and look for the giant button that says enter the Pursue database. So we're looking for that in a second.
He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it.
So the government is trying to answer the question, do aliens exist? And the answer is, they don't know, but in an effort of transparency, they are giving us all of the material that they are working with as they try to answer that question.
All right,
To you.
Peter, so many questions. The internet has been ablaze about this for a long time. And one of the things that the unidentified anomalous phenomena people want to know is what the government has collected from belief that these things crashed. There was crash retrieval and that we have some sort of evidence. Is there anything in this batch of released files that would answer that question?
There's nothing in this batch, but we've been told that this is about to become a regular thing because there are hundreds of documents and dozens of pieces of media, videos, and photos that are contained on this drive that has just been uploaded to the new website, which is war.gov/UFO. There is nothing like that in this batch, but they are going through and they are working to declassify whatever they can because President Trump told them to. And this is different than when he ordered the Kennedy files to be unclassified and just put everything out all at once. It was millions of pages, a huge file. This is going to come out bit by bit as they work through. And you look, we've got some stuff from Apollo 17. We've got some stuff from a couple months ago. There's a ton of material, but they want us to know that they are trying to figure this out. They just don't have an answer about whether or not, about what these crafts are.
Let me just dive back in there just because of what they're saying. So I kind of obviously, like I've said earlier on, they're going to be drip feeding this information out and not just going to give everything straight out. And I've noticed there in the background as well where it says Department of War, they're the images, not the videos, off of this here. So they're showing these images here in the background of that report. Now I've been able to zoom in a little bit just to get a little bit of a closer picture, to a closer point on. I mean, that's the one there, isn't it? So that's the one we've just seen there in the background. So obviously I'm expecting that to be a video to some degree, but actually on the US Department of War's website, they're actually images, which I've tried to go through. Obviously nothing clear, no data, it's all been redacted, so we've got no clear like distance or are they actually using radar information, height, nothing really to go by off of these pictures. But at least they just, I mean, we've seen that one earlier on, absolutely crazy. But that's just on somebody's like eyewitness. It doesn't, what's that film? Something at Navigator, Flight at Navigator, it looks more like that does. I believe they've just shown that in the news report as well, which is from an Apollo mission, I believe. Apollo 17 mission to the moon. So same again, with these, I mean, NASA, we know, never trust hope, they say. Really, they probably have got the best footage from like around the moon and stuff like that, which we've got some of the astronauts and stuff obviously claiming that they seen stuff while they were there. So these images still from a video captured near the United Arab Emirates featuring reported UAP. So unresolved UAP report, United Emirates, October 2023. So these are quite all relevant in time as well. I mean, I'd like to see some information coming about like say 1947, just because obviously that would then close doubt that it's not AI, it's not CGI. I mean, I forgot the woman's name who did the one with the stars around the 1952 Washington flap time. She depicted the stars was there, then they wasn't there through the what they called, through the whatever they called slides that she had from them times, and that's now actually been peer reviewed and that's been released, which I think, if you want to go back to the earlier times of civilization and time where there's no chance it could be technology used by Russia or by China or by the US or anybody else for that matter. I mean, people are being very quiet on Germany. I believe, there was a lot around the Antarctic times when during World War II where Germany, I feel felt like they was going to lose. A lot of these scientists moved down to Antarctica, and maybe they started building or advancing in these Bell UFOs that they were apparently working on around these times. It opens up so many questions. Obviously, Antarctica is a completely different new story, but that's what I want to see. I want to see like predated footage, images prior to, so they can't use that, old chestnut that, well, this is just advanced technology that they've been working on reversing this technology, and it's obviously Russia are coming in, or it's China in these drones that we had in New York and whatever, saying that they was coming over and monitoring us. So they're obviously drones, you know. I mean, I'm no like true believer in that there's just the alien, you know, just because they say the word alien. I mean, I'm unsure. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, my idea is that they've been here all the time. You know, when they say, oh well, they'll say in podcasts and stuff, oh well, they can't travel light years to get here and stuff like that, and that means they can't be real, you know. Whereas I think, well, what if they've been here a long time? Maybe like the in the sea kind of theories. I think we've only mapped what 5, 6. Oh no, I think it's 11%. 11% of the seas. You know, there's lots of other theories other than I'm coming from other star systems, if you know what I mean. So we're just going to jump back to the news report. This is one I seen earlier, and the videos that I
Peter, what do you
seen.
think?
So
You're a betting person. Do you think these aliens are friendly? Should we approach them? What do you suggest if we see them?
You know, you hope that they're friendly. I see a lot of people here at the White House, and I think that looks like it might be an alien. And everybody is pretty nice.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I mean, when they talk and laugh about aliens and stuff, if they use the word alien, then yeah, obviously there's all that stigma still tied with it. But this actual video here, I believe at the time, you know, when he actually says in the footage of it, oh, there's a whole fleet of them, is what he says. Well, I believe there's footage already out there captured of the whole fleet of them, and it went on for around 10 minutes, not just this like 30 to 40-second clip that we've all seen. I think it was around 2017-18 they released all these videos, which was through, what was it, To the Stars Academy and Luis Elizondo releasing this, government files. Obviously in these videos we do see the type of sensory things that they use in the TACT on the left, the data that they're using, and obviously in these updated images they've redacted that. Now that, as I've said earlier on in this stream, that does make sense to me, because if that information, the way that they're gathering that information is national security, then obviously they should be redacting it, and then we can at least see these videos and clips. So let me just pull this over to the left a minute, because that is the end of that video more or less. But I watched this guy live streaming. Where is he? And I hope people they're not going to moan. I think it's this one. Today's UAP disclosure lay. It was going to just have to bear with me, because I just want to show this video, even if I have to show a video of his video. What's his name? Spaced Out Radio. So I'm going to give you a shout out, matey. I do apologise for using a little bit of your footage, but it's only way I can see these videos, and we're all doing the same job. So with this one here. So let me just pull this up. So I'm going to play this one. So okay, we'll cut his audio out, and these are the files. So this was a video I seen just here. Now, can you see my cursor? Yeah, we can. So let me just play this. So I believe somewhere around, I don't know where it started because I skipped past it, but it comes over to the left here, and then there's something around here I seen in a minute. Is my mic? Yeah, my microphone's still on. There, look, see it? Just above my cursor. So let me just rewind that back, because I need to see where it's actually first picked up. Is it that light there that is on? No, that just looks like a vehicle on the road, right? I think that's just a vehicle on the road. But just bear with me. Yeah, that is a vehicle on the road, because it pulls into here. Or stops at that place. So I don't know. Drop a comment below what we're looking for here. There's something on this video that caught my eye, and I can't remember what I seen, which made me actually go live and think, right, I want to see the rest of these videos. So I didn't actually see anything in that video. But I know these are from the Department of War's website. And these are the videos I'm actually trying to find, so I can obviously put them on the live stream. Obviously we've got lower clouds here. I mean, that'd be crazy if they were all UAPs, but they're not, they're lights. And obviously if I can get the videos up, there'll be like a little article at the side of it, like all them images, kind of surmising what they think this could be, or at least like a timestamp. We're finally getting most of the Arrow archive today. I think these, I don't want to put none of that on. If I zoom into this video, if it is something that comes across bottom here, I will minimize the screen back down. But see, there's just no information, no data on this, and I can't see much on this at all. Can you guys? What's this here? Something. He's trying to zoom in on that. I mean, that's just so tiny. Here we go. So that's moving backwards and forwards, unless there's something else. Could be anything. But this is moving quite erratically in it. Left, right, all over the place. And obviously we're seeing the clouds near this guy, whoever's filming this, so he's really high as well. This is probably down just above the sea. I mean, let's just be honest, nothing moves like that, does it? Regardless. You know, just because of the distance on this one, you know, it can't really be just like a bug on a camera lens. I feel that like the footage I've just seen prior to this is really high. This is below. So yeah, this might give me an idea here. So if I just go here, I mean, this is the one I believe they're shown on the news. Seen a lot very similar to this. I mean, one of the most famous ones is where it splits into three, dives slowly into the water a little bit. We had no water displacement and that nice smooth movement. But for it not to displace any water, you know, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? Which makes some, I forgot what the word is, not translucent, transmedium, so they can fly in all three, all three different elements. So if it's in space, our atmosphere, and water. And the reason I always go down the water in the sea, in the oceans, in the dark depths, Mariana Trench type areas, you know. See, he's got videos up here. Files, look at all these videos. Video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there were 46 being released in Iraq. Unresolved UAP. But I don't see on this footage from this guy who went live, I don't see the actual thing is clicked on to get these up. So we'll just click on next one. So where is he pulling? If you want to see other historical UAP records, see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, there we go. Right, you've just given me the missing link, my man. So just bear with me. If we go back to where we was, and we go to releases. Oh, come on, man! I can't even get back to them now. No. That's May 2026. I'm sure it ran releases. I can't even find them files now. Why is it doing this? Because it sent like on page 3 and 4 and 5, there's some videos in there. It was under releases, and then under there. And then I go back to there, that takes me back to the images. What is happening? Release 01, there we go. So let's just try through some of these. PDF, 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 PDF. All still PDFs. PDFs. Here we go, here we go. What an idiot I am. Didn't expect it to be like that. So let's just pause this. No, let's play it. Hopefully that you can read this here on the left. So I'll just have a quick scan through it. The United States Central Command submitted a report of an unidentified anomalous phenomenon. I'm not going to say that every time. So reported of a UAP to the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, also known as ARROW. I'm not going to say that again. We'll just say ARROW. Consisting of 10 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor on board a US military platform in 2022. An accompanying mission report. Dow UAP D14 described the UAP as a probable SU-2735. Don't know what that is. Video description. The video depicts two areas of contrast moving together near the center of the field of view throughout the runtime. This video description is provided for an informational purpose only. Readers should not interpret any part of this description as reflecting any analytical judgment, investigating conclusion, or factual determination regarding the described event, the event's validity, nature, or significance. ARROW comment. I mean, I don't really trust that ARROW, you know. I don't. With that Patrick, where did he put something on something like WhatsApp or made an email or something? I don't trust that guy. But I know he's not there no more. So commented Su-35R designations for military aircraft operated by the armed forces of the Russian Federation. So let's have a look at this one. I mean, people who want all this sensory data and stuff to work it out a little bit more. Is that what we've got? 10 seconds? Really? So, okay, I'm taking it as this little white object here. Seems to be moving in a pretty straight line. Not moving like making any S-bends or anything. So, okay, at least we'll be able to pull these up now. So if I go back, my old fruit bat. And then we're going to go to the second one. So unresolved UAP report Syria, July 2022. I mean, I believe some of these videos have actually been released before. Some of them, but not all of them. So the United States Central Command supported a report of a UAP to ARROW consisting of 14 seconds of video footage from an infrared left and electrical optical right sensor aboard a US military platform in 2022. An accompanying mission report, UAP D16, described the UAP as moving from north to south. Video description. At the 5-second mark, the video depicts an object moving from right to left across the top right quarter of the sensor field of view. This video is provided informational purpose only, so on and so on. So let's play this one. Well, I don't want your emails. Leave me alone. Okay. So let me just bring that down a little bit so we can get all of it in. Like that. There we go. So moving from left to right, did it say? So it's going to come in from here, across here. No, something. I don't know if you've seen that, but something went from right to left really quick then. Skimmed across here. Not really, unless that was it. There. So yeah, just in the right hand side there, the one that I seen caught my eye. I don't know if that one as well. There's too many like yellow green stuff moving on screen there. That's not going to be able to be captured, is it? So move one back more. So same again, looks like a classic cigar UAP to some degree, but then is it more of a tic tac and that's like some form of a trail, or is that the whole object here? I'm unsure, but that one obviously, you know, when you can't obviously depict the speeds of everything, but that does move through pretty quick there. All these guys who can work out all this sensory data, if we had it, you'd know with the distance from here to these buildings below what kind of speed that would be going if this actual object that's recording is stationary. And that's why people do like to get this sensory information. I get that. So let's close that one down. Next one. I'm excited now. We've got these videos. So UAP, unresolved UAP report, Iraq, December 2022. Reported a UAP to the all domain anomaly residue for noxious, consisting of 10 seconds of video footage from infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2022. An accompanying mission report, D18 or D18, described the UAP as flying west to east. The video depicts an area of contrast moving from the bottom left to the top right. So let's have a look at this one. Top left, top right. There we go. I mean, drop a comment below. What are these things, guys? What are they? What do you think they are? What? I mean, we don't have to say alien. Alien. I think octopus is a fucking alien. But you know, what are these things? I mean, that's not very big, or I'm guessing it's not very big in relation to its height. I mean, it doesn't appear to be that high off the ground. It looks like there's a person down here just crossing the road or something, and people here. And I know it's hard to the distance what this is actually recording that from to then put that little object into perspective, but to me it just doesn't look. Just see it look moving, and I see them moving this fluid all the time. It's like it's moving through water, in it, if you know what I mean. It's just so smooth. And when they release videos like this, you know, obviously it could be a drone. Let's just rewind it. How do I? Got to like kind of play it from the beginning. I think we can't just. Oh, we can there. So yeah, these things, they all seem to be like this type of size. I mean, I can't remember what was it in 2023 when, well, or 2003 when Ryan Graves made the report of the, somebody calling my phone, made the report of this, you know, football-sized fucking object in the sky, this red cube or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was. You know, if you've seen something like that, then, you know, it just puts all this to bed. We've seen numerous videos like this in the past. That one, same again, reminds me of the one in the water, released 2017-ish. So where are we now? Are we on this one? Reports Universe video. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So United Emirates. I think this is the one I just pulled up on that guy's stream. Yeah, it is. So this one, I mean, I don't really see anything in this video. If you see something, you know, point it out to me, and I can slow it down and have a look and just analyze it a little bit, see what we're seeing. But in this one, I couldn't really see anything. I thought that this vehicle here was what it was, but that's a vehicle, man. And I'll tell you why I thought that in a second, but I'm not seeing anything here, unless it's these little dots in water, or is something going to come up out of water. So I seen on that guy's video from about here, and he was looking at the cross, probably like we are, and I seen this like object here moving, and I didn't see this bit here until like a minute ago, but I seen this here and it looked like something dark was hovering over the sea here, and it came like to here and stopped. But obviously when I've just seen it, you can monitor that all the way from this bend, and it's just a vehicle going to there, and it probably works there, and they've just pulled into there. But I don't see anything in this video. What are they actually releasing? Oh, there. See it. Seen it then. Let's go back. So this object comes in front left, flies straight across here somewhere, more or less just above this little bridge or whatever this is here. Come in from here. So it's about now. Move my cursor out of the way. So yeah, there. I mean, the speed that that's moving, you know, it's phenomenal. And I bet that's what's actually in this video. But that moves super quick. Straight line. Didn't appear to be too high. So from what I'm seeing, these are like just really quick blips, small objects. Well, they might be quite big, but obviously from perspective of how it's being filmed, I mean, you can see clouds down there, so you've got to have like eye like a hawk on these videos. I think I've seen something there. Don't have any not going to put no mystery music on it background. We just need to observe these videos. I need to see them all. These just looks like two vehicles moving on road there. Not really seeing anything here, moving towards screen, bottom right. Obviously that's not driving on road, is it? So it looks like it's turning as well, turning in. There we go, my man's seen that. He's gonna lock on that. There we go. Yeah, my man's seen it. He's on it. So just from that previous video there, just before he zooms in this, we know there's another thing there. We know it's above. We know it's come from the road direction. It's come over the lake or ocean, and he's now looking down upon this thing. That might be him moving or that moving, I'm unsure. But this cross don't seem to be moving in our perspective. He seems to have stopped. This seems to be moving in. Just look at this. I mean, it's as though this thing knows that my man stopped and is watching it, and it's like it don't know which way to run. It's like a fucking mouse, isn't it? Juggle over there, over there. No, I'm gonna go over there. I don't know. It seems to be moving quite erratic though, doesn't it? That seems my man's moving now. Is he moving with it? You know, it's all about perspective and all, and it's so hard to like tell visually what we actually see in them. Like, obviously, I know the redacted information of speed and give more of a correlation to how fast things are moving and maybe distance. I mean, I'll give a shout out to Leto Files because he's good at analyzing these videos. Because I think he was an F-16 pilot, so you know when he's reading these numbers in and around, he knows what they all mean. Average Joe like me don't really understand all that. So I like his analytic perspective on videos. You know, the one that they shown where it looked like what were it called? Not Tomahawk. Something fired at it. L-fire missile hit it, and it ricocheted off it. He was saying it was more likely a balloon, and the debris was falling rather than the fragments was following it in some way, which it like kind of gave you the perspective of that's what were happening. Because as untrained eye would imagine them fragments being kind of gravitationally pulled towards it and moving with it, whereas he said it's more them objects are falling. I don't know, but this is quite a long video. This is nearly 5 minutes long. But look at this thing. Drop a comment below. What is this? What are we what we're looking at? Because we've got nothing that moves like that. And another thing, when they talk about these drones and stuff, we're on number 6 now. This one here. So when they talk about these drones and stuff, the size of an SUV, my question would be this: if it is a drone, okay, fair play, you're saying it's a drone, right? Well, they don't know where it come from. It's been hovering over, I'm going to say New York, but it weren't just New York and other places. I forgot where the main place were. It's just out of my head. But it was hovering for hours and hours and hours, and then nobody tracked them where they went, which I just think's crazy, right? So I don't know a battery. If you had your electric vehicle, right, and you could charge it up, and the amount of energy it'd take for you to make that car hover on propellers for let's say 8 hours, it ain't doing it, is it? It just ain't doing it. No way. We don't have enough energy at the battery to do that. So to say the fucking drones, and I know that press secretary, whatever her name is, blonde hair, who comes out and says stuff, said, oh, it were recreational drones and all this lot. It's like, get over, because there was over military bases and stuff, and then it's like, oh, they're saying it's China, oh no, it's Russia. Well, if you had that in your airspace, I've always thought one of the reasons they don't, America, for example, don't want to say, well, we don't know what these are, because if they do say we don't know what they are, then kind of they don't have the technology and power to like defend these people who kind of obviously pay through NATO and all that crap. So they don't want to admit that they don't know what they are and we don't know how to deal with them. But this is few stepping stones that they're now releasing, so I'm at least happy we can get in and check these. So is this the one we're on now, which is Greece? Yeah, this one here. So unresolved UAP report, Greece, January 2024. So the other one's 2023. We're now getting into 2024, which is quite recent. Greece, this one. I like it when it's nice and clear and you can see cloud. It's just like when you're on holiday, innit? Just on plane looking out window. So United States, same again, UAP to the order to arrow, consisting of 1 minute and 5 seconds of video footage captured via multiple sensor. Is my screen alright? My screen's alright, yeah. Second video footage captured via multiple sensor modalities aboard a US military platform in 2024. An accompanying mission report, D7 this one, described the UAP as diamond shaped and moving at approximately 434 knots. People drop a comment, how fast is that? 434 knots. I know when they say about that big massive craft, what they keep talking about, what we're in sea, weren't that going 500 knots? But that's in sea, so I don't know, drop a comment. The observer also reported that the UAP was only detectable via shortwave infrared. Same again, letter files, you tell you about these shortwave infrared sensors and stuff. This screen is split into two viewing areas for the first 10 seconds of the video, with the right side displaying electro-optical footage. See, I don't even know what that is. He'd know. And the left side displaying SWIR footage. Can we zoom down here? So 0.04, an area of contrast becomes distinguishably against the background in the center of the right frame. 0 to 10 seconds. The display shifts to full screen view of the SWIR feed to better focus on the area of contrast. So it'd be nice to have the video full screen and then be able to read this and pause it at the 4 and 10 seconds. So 0.55, the area of contrast remains generally within the center of the sensor field of view. The area of contrast visually resembles an inverted teardrop with a vertically linear trailing mass suspended below. The operator switches the sensor modality to visible spectrum, losing the subject against the background. The operator switches the sensory modality back to black is hot. Okay, so I've obviously seen that in other videos, but does not require the area of contrast. So let's have a look at this one. There we go. See it on the right screen. It's diamond shaped like it said. I mean, people would just say, oh, it's a kid's balloon you get from fair, that is. Do you know what I mean? It's just blowing it wind. they can seat string on it, is what they say. Oh dear. So did it say it goes white, it'll go black when it's hot, just for heat signatures and stuff like that? I'm sure they said it went black. But I mean, what are these things? What do you think they are? Okay. So is this just playing the next video or something? Or is that the end of that one? That's the end of that one, isn't it? Don't know odd. No, this is a different one. It didn't look like that at the beginning, did it? Oh yeah. Okay, so we're on video 6. So that's the next one, guys. So this one. So unresolved UAP report, Greece, January 2024. I'm just going to have a look down. I don't know without the next one's probably it's going to go in date from 22. We've done 22s, some in 23, 24. So we've got no prior to 2022 visual footage, as in videos, and we need to see more of them, don't we? What videos have we got prior to 2022? I'd like to go far back as, 1952. So Greece, January 2024. No, that's the one we've just been on. Yeah. So Greece 2024. So this one, Gulf of Oman, Arab Emirates, July 2024. I mean, drop a comment below. Do you want me to read these little bits out on the left? Does it make any difference, or should we just go straight in to watch the videos? Might just give a little bit of context to the video though, so I'm just going to read a little bit of it. Consisting of 21 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2024. So straight away, just from that, when it's coming from a military platform, it does add more credibility to video rather than me standing out my camera and say I've seen this. So accompanying mission report D8 describe the UAP as consisting of an object with a vertical pole or bar attached to the bottom of the object. The observer also reported that the UAP may instead be a reflection from an object in the water. Okay. So more or less the old video. I think it said it's about 22 seconds, yeah. An area of contrast visually resembling an inverted teardrop with a vertically linear trailing mass suspended below remains generally within the center of the sensor field of view throughout the video. So it goes a little bit more like the alien video, what's it released, of like with the tentacles coming off at bottom. So same again, that was just like the previous one. In fact, it looks more or less identical to the previous one. Obviously on these videos I don't have them in OBS to like slow them down and zoom in properly, but I'm just trying to do my best because I've just gone live, and like I've said before, I don't really claim and make videos like of my desktop and stuff like that. So we've just done Gulf of Oman. So the Gulf in Oman looks very similar to the one in Greece. So that's obviously data release. So what's that? January 2024. That one's in June 2024. So a good 6 months apart, but obviously in the same year. This one here, unresolved UAP report, Syria, October 2024. Okay, a bit of context. We know about Arrow and it's a UAP. A 5-second video footage for a full motion video clip. Camera aboard a US military platform in 2024. Accompanying mission report D32 described the UAP as consisting of a misshapen and uneven ball of white light, and reported that the light glare halo effect occurred at the top of the FMV feed, which is for full motion video. Video description: an indistinctly shaped multicolored area moves from right to left across the top. So this is only 5 seconds, guys, so we just probably have to play this a couple of times. Yeah. if that were more of like it said, a glare. I've seen it here, something bouncing around at top there. I mean, don't we get like are they called sprites? That looks more like something like one of them sprite things, but I don't know. Bit of crazy colours in it. See if we can pause it somewhere. Like reds or oranges in there. Very erratic movement. I did pause that, but it didn't pause it. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Seems to bounce very, very strangely. Leaning more towards like a sprite or something, or a light reflection maybe. Is that one? So I've got this one here. So October 2024 as well. Is that the one I've just seen? Bear with me if it is. No, I don't believe I've seen that one. Got this one and then that last one. Same again, camera aboard a US military platform, 24, accompanying mission report, D32. An area of irregular colour and brightness, mainly consisting of white and red highlights, appears near the centre and the top of the sensor display. The area extended to the width approximately 1/3 of the horizontal frame, with a vertical area comprising approximately of 1/6 of the viewing area. Overall, its shape is best described as a horizontally orientated off-oval bisected along its major axis. I mean, they've put that in some wording and terminology, aren't they? Let's have a look what we make of it. So, can I just play? Okay. So, all I seen was like a half a circle glare around like this top here, like a there. I don't know. Same again. Maybe some form of like lighting effect. I don't really know with that one. And this last one. So Syria again, October 2024. So all around at the same time. These two are like just anomalous lights, sprites in my opinion. Maybe this one. Don't know about that one. What that one is might be camera reflection, or I don't really know. What's this one? Same again. Accompanying report D32. So D32 was the last one. D35. I'm unsure. UAP consisted of a misshapen and uneven ball of white light, and reported that the light glare halo effect occurred at the top of the FM feed. So pretty much same as the last one, I hope. It's only 5 seconds. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's the blob. That one, we're going to call that one the blob. Don't know what the hell that is. Why would, don't know. What am I supposed to make of that? They'll just say, well, it's anonymous. I pause that. I don't really know what to make of that. Whether that's just an anomaly in the actual camera or something. Don't know, because that don't mean anything to me. So let's go to 10 now. Yeah, I've got some more here, look. So we'll start at the top. Greece again, October 2023. See, these are going back, 2020, 2020. Got one in 2025. Maybe they should have put these like in year order at something. So we'll go through them by year, because them others ones were 22 to 23 and 24. Now we've got into page 10. We've got 2023, 23, and then we start to go backwards here, and then back up to 2025. So this one is Greece. How long is this one? 2 minutes 55. Excellent. So we'll miss all that beginning bit because it's saying the same thing. So from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2023, an accompanying mission report D33 described the UAP as flying near the surface of the ocean and making multiple 90-degree turns at approximately 80 miles per hour. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? Just that, like, just making a 90-degree turn. I want to see this. Video description. Well, I know, let's just watch it. That's probably going to be easier, isn't it? It's quite long, 2.5 minutes. There we go. Some coming. See, look at that. Come straight up, bang, like it said. I won't say an exact 90. A little bit less than a full 90, like, but I get what they mean. Hey, what? Did that light split into two? One's disappeared to the left and the other one's gone right, or did it just make a complete 180-degree turn there? Seemed to be another little glare flash there, the side of it, another one there. You'd have to excuse me vaping in background. What the hell are these things? Did say I should have really read it because I'm sure it said it was above the ocean. Pretty much similar to the very first clip or second clip we watched. Little tiny orb. Is that orb their energy? I'll ask that question. Drop a comment below. Do you think that actual glare and glow that we see is the energy source that it gives off, or the anti-gravity? Do they work on gravity? Do they work on explosion or implosion? Because I don't think they use like rocket force, do they? They're not using raw fuel and energy and propulsion to move however these objects move. I once watched a video of like an implosion, and I think there's a key element there to the implosion side of things. I don't know how that all works mechanically and scientifically, or even the plasma effect. It's another avenue. Plasmoids, energy, light. But there's definitely some form of energy that these objects, UAPs, use to obviously maneuver, and I think it's not within our realms of what we can use as self, or we don't know how it works, and hence why we get all this uncertainty of whether there is people trying to re-engineer, reverse engineer these things to be able to create that energy source. And then if they have actually done it and they've achieved it, you know, and they had a plethora of energy source for kind of free to some degree, then they won't release that information, because the caveat is then all of us in as properties, as vehicles, are going to want that energy. We want that free source of energy too. Why they don't release it. So yeah, there's the first one of this next page. Next one, unresolved UAP, Greece again, 2023. I am going to get a bit of context of this one. So 24 seconds of video footage from the infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2023. This sounds very similar to the last one. Hope I'm not doubling them up. Accomplishing mission report. Described the UAP as a small circular flying near the surface of the ocean toward land. The sensor narrows its field of view to zoom in on an area of contrast near the center of the screen. So from 3 to 19 seconds, the sensor tracks the area of contrast as it moves against the ocean background. And then last 5 seconds, as the background scene transitions from being predominantly water to land, the area contrast becomes indistinguishable. Okay. Same again on this one. It's kind of odd to work out distance and speed. It's obviously coming across the ocean, coming now to land, and then it's we're unable to detect it. I imagine this white is it heat? Not heat, sorry. I mean, what's that beginning bit? I don't have no bar, but what is this? At the very first second of it while it's paused. It's there, then that just disappears. You see? Oh, they've changed. They've changed from the infrared to white because that were black. Same shape. But just look at the speed of that. I know we've just seen the one near the bridge with the car in the background. You know, that one flies past at God knows what speed. But when you look at the speed of these things as well, they're moving, aren't they? So Greece, we're on 3. Middle East, 2020. So this is 6-year-old. So they've had this one for a little bit. I mean, nothing conclusive yet. Nothing like, wow, check this out. If anybody's got to that video yet, we need to see it. So, but I think this is just drip feeding us. These are little bits that we've got, but we can't show you that one yet because it'll just blow your mind. And okay, so infrared sensors, a US military platform in 2020. This one's 17 seconds. The UAP as a solid white object making erratic movements above the water. An area of contrast briefly enters the sensor field of view from the left side of the screen, so we're looking at its left side to start. 6 to 18, the sensor pans away from the scene's initial subject matter while cycling contrasts setting the zoom levels. 20 seconds in, the area of contrast re-enters the sensor field of view from near the center of the top of the edge of the screen. The area of contrast means generally within the sensor field. The sensor narrows field of view to zoom in, so we've got a bit of zooming in on this one. The sensor further narrows its field of view, zoom in on the area of contrast. The sensor switches to a different, so there's a lot of information there in a 2-minute video. So let's see this one. Is that an aircraft carrier? Did it say? That looked like an helipad, didn't it? It looks like it's got an H on that bad boy. Don't know. Here we go, something here. It's hard to see what's moving in what direction, but it's picked something up here on this bottom right. And looks like a northern direction. It's coming back. South, southwest, heading south, obviously behind redacted. Don't know who's stabilizing. Is the UAP stabilizing? Is the guy filming this, or lady, of course, stabilizing? Because the white glare in the background seems, it looks like that's moving in a northern direction. The UAP is moving in a southern direction, and this guy's now keeping up with it. I mean, don't look at this. I mean, that does look similar to the one with the Hellfire missile clipping it. Really bright, egg shape type. Say it's more than, yeah, more egg shape type than a cigar shape or anything like that. What the hell? That audio's coming from this, is it? Can you hear that? It's either that or somebody's Wi-Fi'd into my headset and talking to me. I could hear like a voice there. You'll have to rewind that, guys, and turn volume up a little bit in your headset if you've got your headset on. See if you could hear that, somebody speaking. So we don't normally get any audio on this. I'm going to do it myself. There. Chicago. I can't turn my headset up no more. Chicago 2390. Don't know, they were like talking, there were two people there talking. I wondered where it was coming from. Don't know, play it back, see what they said. I'm sure it said Chicago 2930, but I can't. My headset is actually full whack. Which you'd think that's no, it's not commercial, is it? Military still use that type of radio and stuff for interaction and stuff. So let's see if it does say anything about Chicago. Mission report. No, didn't it say that? What video is this one in list? My mind's like a sieve. I do apologise. Was it this one? Does that say Middle East? Yeah, I'm sure he said Chicago in that audio. Don't know. Confused. Play it back yourselves, guys, and see if it's something you can pick up exactly what he said. But that is the one in it. But it just says Middle East there. So next one, we've got unresolved UAP report, Middle East 2020. With this one. That was the first one we've just watched in 2020. So Arabian Gulf, 2020. There we go. So we're out at sea. Looks like some ship here. 9 seconds. We've only got 9 seconds on this one, guys. Footage from an infrared sensor aboard military platform in 2020. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. Well, I like that because it's just footage uploaded, and check this out. So an area of contrast enters the sensor field of view from the bottom left quarter of the screen, follows a generally linear path from the bottom of the screen to the top, and exits from the top left quarter. So we're looking down this bottom left and exiting up in top right. And then video description as prior. I mean, it's obviously something there, and it's clear as day. Comes straight from, I won't say bottom left, it kind of is, but it's travelling straight up here. Very similar. I mean, in size, I'd like to know what type of ship this is, the size of it. Obviously, we see that travelling across ocean, and then this thing just comes zipping up past it. But exactly same as before, same as all the others, just seems to move in that nice, smooth, fast trajectory, and effortlessly. Did seem to have a bit of a trail. Obviously that video may have continued because it looked like he was going to shoot his video up there at the last split second. So we've got, you're going to have to bear with me because I forget which one we're on. We're not seeing this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're on this 5th one here. What I'll do, guys, I'll probably get down to the bottom one, and then I've got to get some stuff sorted. I will be back on maybe later covering the rest of the videos, but we've just got to get this page 10 finished first. So Middle East, yeah, just getting tea time, getting hungry I am. So unresolved UAP report 2013. So we've not seen this one. This is probably the oldest video I've seen to date, from 2013. Arrow consisting of a 40-second video, so quite long this one, from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2013. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. So I mean, this would be like your pilots not wanting to say, oh, I seen this and whatever. They've just obviously passed on the footage, because you know they get stuff happening with the medicals, and they say, oh, you're seeing shit, man, do you know what I mean, we're going to have to revoke your like kind of pilot license and all that shit. And it's the careers, man, do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I know it's becoming more of a less what's the word, like it's always been kind of laughed at and sneered at for years, and it's now becoming more like able to speak about it. And I think that thing that was trying to pass 18 months ago in Congress, where what it would have done is would have gave whistleblowers protection to be able to come forth and not happen to like worries what happened with like Grush and stuff like that. Like, look, you know, if you're coming out and saying this shit, and then obviously we've got all this thing with all these scientists and people in the know who's gone missing and stuff. So you know, they do need protection, and they should be able to come out and say what they feel, say what they've seen, and give an account of that without being ridiculed, laughed at, and you know, losing their job. People, why do people come out and say this stuff? You know, I mean, look at Grush. I know he's got a job now, but at the end of the day, like, you know, the way he's attacked, the way he's provoked, and don't do this, mate, don't do that, you know, you'll end up in a fucking black bag and all that shit, you know. But I think he's done the right thing. We can go back to the 2017 releases as well, which that kind of to me got the ball rolling. So leave the sensor. Let's check this one out. Minute and a half. These every second counts. We'll watch it from beginning. So I don't really know what I'm looking at here. This looks crazy. What the fuck? "2013. What the hell is that? Is this a trail of it? Was that a trail where it moved? And what is this? What the hell is this? I've not really seen anything like this before. It is that white like trail behind it is where it's moving, look. So that's coming towards us. Man, that's crazy. Don't know what this thing is in top left corner. Something just come into my peripheral vision there as I was staring at this thing. I mean, look at the it looks like, you know, like a star would. What the fuck is that? Well, by far, this is the craziest one I've seen so far. I mean, I know it's 2013, but still, come on. Can you see that trail behind it? As though it's like it's coming towards us. But you know what I mean by like a star when you see the glare in a star. But that just looks kind of. What the fuck is that thing, man? That's crazy. Definitely the best one I've seen so far. Just out of the ordinary. Don't know what these big black things were coming over at top of it. And look at that. Man, 100% best one I've found so far. I'm going to watch it again. I do apologise. Drop a comment. Skip to the next one if you don't want to see that again. My mind needs to like kind of compute what I'm apparently seeing. I'm going to have a little bit look at these black things up here as well that appeared. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? I don't know whether I'm more amazed by this or I'm more amazed about this trail look, because it's gone down there, it's gone round up here, it's turned across there, it's gone out of view, and there's its trail, and it comes back into view with this thing here fucking whizzing around back of it. It's like it's on a tether or something. I don't know. What's this here? This black thing's coming here. Look, I don't know if that's just lighting or what, but look, what is this? It's like a, you know, like a parachute type of canopy. That looks like here on this left hand side. But then that don't come back into view now. I don't know if this is moving towards us. It's stationary. Where it is, look. But I can't take my eyes off of this thing here. Obviously this northern air direction don't appear to change much. This just seems to be moving at free will, doing whatever it likes. And this is from 2013. You know, when you think about that, look at that. Look how it moves. Crazy, that one. So if you want to find out what that one is, it was it this one? Arabian Gulf. No, we've not seen that one. God, there's so many to go through. Yeah, it's that one. Middle East 2013. That one is crazy. What do you want to link to, matey? I can't chat, Matt. I do apologise. If you want to get these videos up, you need to go to the Department of War website, or just watch further back in my stream. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Go and watch a little bit further back. I struggle to find the videos, mate. You just need to, once you get into these, you want to go to, I think it was 8. You start getting the videos down this side. The rest are all PDF. So I think they start at 8, 9, so 10. So that one's here, 2013. I mean, that's the best one I've seen so far. And I'll obviously watch my own stream back to be able to find that video and stuff like that. So just use it as a resource tool, mate. So I've got this one from Middle East 2020, Arabian Gulf. That one's there, Middle East. That one's blown my head. I've got to see that again. So okay, the United, we know all this at the beginning. An arrow consisting of, it's only a 5-second video, this one, guys. So footage from infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2020. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. So it's very short, this one. A faint area of contrast enters the sensor field of view from the bottom half of the right edge of the screen, proceeds from the right to left across the corner of the frame, and exits the scene from near the center of the bottom edge of the screen. So let's dive in this one. Let's go. There, something shot across bottom here. The same again, straight across here. Nice and smooth, long trail on it. The craft itself, or UAP, didn't appear to be that long. It just seemed to have a bit of a trail. Watch that again. There we go, just in this bottom right corner there. Yeah, the reason I can't put a link in my chat within the live stream is because it's asking me to sign into chat, and if I click that in my OBS, it just don't work, and it'll mess my screen up, matey. So I do apologise, but you can just watch back a little bit because I struggled to find them. So which one we got here? 2020 Arabian Gulf, second one. That's the one I've just been on, in it. No. So this is the second Arabian Gulf. Maybe third. No, second Arabian Gulf. So normally so arrow again, consisting of a 1 minute and 3-second video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2020. The original reporter digitally altered the imagery by pausing the video playback and adding a white line and circulating an area of interest at timestamp 10 seconds, annotated with the phrase small thermal signature. Arrow did not edit the original reported material, and this media is presented as received. Okay, so obviously some person has edited this but just put a bit of text over it to highlight what we're seeing. Here we go. So this is our arrow actually got the video with this on, where it had been paused and edited for them, obviously handing it into arrow, which is not a problem. At least it's clear in description there that that's what's happened, so we're not questioning the text. It's right up here just above the redacted bit. There seemed to be something else there then. I'm just going to rewind that in a second. So I don't know if that's below or higher. It's got to be below, right? Clouds here, whatever's monitoring it, it's watching it down from there. Obviously not very clear in this one. Still, they all seem to move very similar, don't they? They've got that same like smoothness of movement, and pretty much similar sizes as well, in comparison to what we could guess and surmise with the distance in between the camera and what we're actually seeing. So consisting of a 1 minute and 34-second video footage from the infrared sensors aboard a US military platform in 2020, the reporter did not provide an oral or written description of the observation. See, I prefer that. No explanation, just ER, this is what I caught on it. Check this out. So an area of contrast enters the sensor field of view from the bottom third of the left side of the screen. The sensor pans from left to right, tracking an area of contrast and keeping it generally centered. So we know that the sensor, whoever's recording it, tracks from left to right. So that can like at least limit what movement the object's actually making. I mean, if you've just joined, go and rewind a little bit and watch the one in 2013 and drop a comment. What the hell is that? That's the best one I've seen so far. A little bit out of these, what I'd class as like ordinary or like objects that we've been seeing. You know, there's been quite a lot of these ones. Small white glowing orbs. I ain't seen no yellow ones or red ones. They've all generally been white, but whether that's just due to the infrared sensoring and stuff like that, are they actually recording this? I don't know. Because I'll be honest, in 2015 I seen an orange orb, and it's fascinated me since, even though I was always been fascinated since I was about 20, maybe even younger. You know, same as the previous video really, just a white orb moving in a nice pace. It's that pace that they move at as well. So smooth, if you know what I mean. And any movements just, I mean that one, there was one earlier on, if you just joined, where it like literally moved at a full 90 degree. Thought that one was quite good how it moved. Weren't quite a 90 in my opinion, but it's irrelevant whether it's 90 or 70 degrees. So we've got 3 more guys. So we've got this one here, 2020, I believe. Was that the one I've just watched? You'll have to excuse me. Yeah, that's the same one, isn't it? So I've got last 2. So we've got this one here, Department Arabian Gulf again, 2020. So all these have been from 2020. A little bit darker on this one. Consisting of 4 minutes. Oh wow, yeah, so we've got 4 minutes of this bad boy, nearly 5. Second video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2020. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. An area of contrast enters the sensor field of view from the bottom left corner of the frame. The sensor pans to track the area of contrast, keeping it generally within the lower left quadrant of the frame. The area of contrast intermittently loses distinctiveness against the background, seeming to disappear and reappear irregularly. The sensor narrows its field of view to zoom in, so at least we know it's going to be zooming in and around the area of contrast. An area of contrast is the sensor field of the view, top left of the frame, after which the sensor pans up and to the left. The sensor pans erratically within an area of contrast, appearing in a relatively fixed position to the left and slightly below the center of the frame. The sensor, I'm just going to, let's get this one on. So we've got, it's quite a long one, this one, guys. So that previous one as well. Here we go, just down here. This one's in the light. And just look how they move. They all have the same movement. So that kind of suggests they're all using the same technology. The same again, this one looks like it's very, very grainy, this one. Same again, tracking a white orb, see it down in the lower quarter here. Very hard to see that. Oh, here we go. It did say it switched. It said it was moving erratically, and now he's trying to catch up with it. And he's moving at some speed with this thing to fucking try and get on target. And this was 2020, so didn't we have the ability to lock on like we do in the later videos in 24, 25 and stuff like that? You know, like we see them like once they've got the object, bang, they can just lock on it. This what he's watching here, this black dot. I don't know. I think he's lost it. And he's just trying to get it back on his sensor. Which, did you see that white orb just before it were gone though? It moved up pretty quick and it were bright as though it changed the infrared. And you could see it pretty clear and then it disappeared. Here we go. No. That's no point of interest. This person is trying to find it. Because my eyes aren't seeing it tracked on anything. I mean, look at all clouds there. Now we're getting more of a feel for like how this camera's moving. I mean, why this is just so grainy. I've just seen them clouds there, and they were like in perfect like field of view, like depth of field was set right, type of thing. So obviously some sensory information were moved over in that left corner. Look, they're blocking something up there. Look, something that were moving, not sensory data. That blocked something, that redacted top left. I don't want to rewind it, but that redacted area here moved, which means they were blocking something in this top left corner. Not nothing stationary like data, because they're fixed. Why did they black out the actual video there? Makes no sense. Yeah, these are definitely clouds. And it don't seem to have picked back up on it, but I'm sure it said it did pick back up on it. Because like, kind of why would this video be this long if they don't get a track back on it? No. No. This man or woman's thinking, where the did that go? That moved like lightning. Thinking, where's it gone? I am going to rewind just to about here or something where it just got it for a split second, see if I can pause it. I'm a little bit interested in why they redacted the screen there. Hey, oh, some ships or something there. I don't know, very odd that. Is this it now? What are they doing? They need a better operator on these machines. Especially if they were like trying to monitor a missile coming in some. They don't want to be trying to find it like this, do they? No, I don't think it's going to find no tells. Why is the video this long? If is it this? Yeah, he's trying to focus in on that. Don't know, so that's nearly the end of the video. Let's just go back to about here. Because that ain't finding nothing. Just bear with me a sec. But when he lost sight of it, on it, you don't appear to have it there. So it's just that first bit. My headset keeps dying because I'm not listening to no music or there's no information coming into it. I don't know. Watch it back on. Oh, here we go. No. Watch it back on stream, guys. Rewind. See if I can find it. So we've got. That is the one we've just watched. This was 4 minutes. Yeah, that's the one we've just got. This is the last one, guys. I'm going to end the stream. So this one is very simple. I've seen that. I don't know if I've seen the picture. I've seen a picture of this maybe from one of them image clips in the PDFs. Look at this here. Looks like a triangle UFO or something there in the background. I hope it's got that in it, because this is one of the clearest videos I've seen, as in when I seen the imagery or I wanted to play the video and I couldn't find the videos to it. I was just saying just how clear this ground and stuff looks. So when's this one from? Consisting of its 2 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2025. That's probably why it's a bit better, from 2025. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description. So a small, barely distinguishable area of contrast moves from the left side of the sensor field of view to the right side, exiting the scene from the bottom right quarter of the screen. So it's telling me it's something down here and maybe zipping across, but I'm more intrigued to just, it's the one of the things on here. There, something shot across there. Yeah, there. I mean, the way they move, I don't know if it was CGI or AI. I don't think even AI were around, but you know the one where, I'll try and describe it. I think a guy was with his drone going across a field, and you see it come down from the mountain to the right. It makes like a bank turn and then comes straight across the drone what we're filming. How that one moved, I just sensed that. I mean, I don't know if that's real or not, but it is quite a good video from back in day. And I say back in day, it was probably about 2020. Yeah, there. I don't know if I can see it repeating, like it's a looped recording, because it clips there and then goes back. There's one gone there, it clips, goes back. 4. So yeah, there's four clips there of it just repeating. Let's see, look at the speed of it. So you can't even see it, man. When you pause the video, you just can't see that. It's there, I think. I did well to pause that, but I think it's there. Same again. I won't say disc. I'd say more tic tac. And then we've got this last one here of, unless that what last one. We're in 10. I'm just gonna go to 11. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, only got 6 more videos though. And this is the last one. I'm gonna do last 6. Then I've got all the videos on this one live stream, and I'm gonna say the reason why I wanted to like just end at the end of that segment was I'm dying for the toilet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more videos. So starting at this top one, Arabian Gulf again in 2020. I mean, I prefer the older videos. I do. I actually prefer the older ones, because it like kind of puts the AI section out of it. And I know these are from military stuff, which is great, but you know what I'm saying. So this is a 5-minute, it would be an 11 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2020. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. Video description. This video features identically recorded audio. So we've got some audio on this one, guys. Awesome. Which does not relate to the visual content described below. Okay. We're just going to watch this video. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll play this video with kind of no commentary, because it is 5 minutes. It just gives me time to nip to the toilet and we'll get all these videos spammed out in one live stream. So I do apologise. We've got some audio, but I want to watch it myself.
Hotel Alpha Alpha, call Bahrain East 132.12. 132.12, Hotel Alpha.
Okay guys, I'm back. I had to quick nip. I was dying for the toilet. I do apologise. It is what it is, innit? I mean, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Can't believe that's how long I've been streaming, but we're going to get these videos finished off today, so it's all in one live stream. So same again, I didn't want to do UAP stuff on my gaming channel, but if I try and set up one of my old channels and then try and go live, I can only like live stream for something like 15 minutes or something, and I won't have been able to do it this long. So while I've got this platform, I'm going to use it, and I know some of you people might click on my video, well, you're not going to be expecting a bit of gaming, so because of the title. But what a time, what a great time to be alive. They're going to slowly drip feed this stuff out. Obviously, we've not seen anything conclusive yet, really, like, wow, apart from that Star one, 2013 one, which you can backtrack to that one where it's the 2013 clip. That's probably my most favourite one so far. The rest of these white orbs, I mean, there's nothing wrong with these. It's data, innit? It's information for us all. But these are becoming more like common in all these videos being released from 2020 to 2025. These white glowing orbs moving pretty much the same. And there is all there's the data at the side of them as well, which I'm trying to do my best just to cover, like kind of give a brief of what we're actually seeing, just to see if there's any like just so we can understand what this is. 30 meter, what's that? Is that its focus area point? Don't know. And it's, I think the footage is only going to get better that they're going to release, and there'll be people other than myself tooth combing all these videos and all the actual PDFs as well, because there's going to be a lot of information in the PDF files. I mean, if you want to see some PDF file stuff, drop a comment. We'll dive into some PDF stuff as well and try and read and make heads or tails of them documents. You know, so let's just say they said, oh, well, this is a drone. Yeah, it's been flying over ocean for 5.5 minutes just under this instance while it were captured. It's obviously running on batteries. They charged it up back in Abu Dhabi, and it just keeps going. The batteries in these must be hidden technology batteries or something that just like last forever. Okay, that's the end of that one. But I'm just so glad they're at least releasing some of it. Southern United States 2020. So this one's only, I wouldn't say it's only 3 seconds long there. Consisting of 58 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2020. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. The sensor tracks an area of contrast acquiring a reticle lock. So at least we've got lock on this one. What year is this one? 2020. So we did have locks back then. The area of contrast gradually increases in distinctiveness against the background. The sensor narrows its field of view to zoom in on the area of contrast. The area of contrast increases in apparent size and distinctiveness. The area of contrast leaves the center of the frame and passes out of the sensor field of view, exiting the scene in the bottom right corner of the screen. This video description is provided as an informational purpose only, so at least we know like there's going to be some zooming in. I mean, that looks miles away. don't know if he's going to zoom in though, isn't he? But it looks like there's 3 there. One at front, one at back, one at side. Don't know if that's the case. Looks like it's coming down or towards actually. Yeah, there's definitely 2 side by side. Maybe one at back. Look. It's a shame they've got this big red circle there. There's some form of like darkness behind that. He's going to have to zoom out in a minute, zoom back towards us, isn't it? Look at that. He couldn't zoom back, could he? He zoomed out, I mean he zoomed in, and then he couldn't like come out the zoom. You know, if I pause that there, he's giving you 2 fingers, look. That's what he's saying. Fuck you. I'm out of here. Right, so 3rd one here, 2024. So not that 2 year ago. China. East China Sea. 9 seconds. Sensor focus on an air focus that resembles a football-shaped body with 3 radial projections, 1 oriented vertically and 2 oriented downward at 45-degree angle relative to the major axis of the main mass. So let's have a look at this one. So look at that. I mean, that in itself, I'm going to pause that there because we've got a little bit of structure in this one rather than it just being an orb. That does look interesting, doesn't it? Man, that. I'll watch that again. I don't know if that's just light reflecting off it down its right side, but it looks more like it's morphing in some way. It looks, I don't know if it's stationary or look at point on it. Looks like it reminds me a bit like a dragon, you know, like its nose, and then you know I've got like they've got that eye bone above. That's what it reminds me of. Don't really know what to make of that one. Definitely interesting. Obviously there's a little bit of footage, only 9 seconds long like, but look at it. Next one. UAP report Japan 2023. Instead of 1 minute and 59 seconds, so close to 2 minutes. Video footage of an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2023. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. The sensor tracks 3 distinct areas of contrast maintaining their position generally within the center of the frame. The area of contrast appears to maintain a fixed position of orientation relative to one another. Let's see this one. Go back. So this is Japan. Looks like there's three. They appear to be like 3 solid objects in the middle with an orb around them. I'm unsure. And you know the sensory data that they normally have, it does put things a little bit into perspective. If they're using radar, infrared, whatever sensors they're using. There's a long history of when we do see these orbs, they do particularly tend to be in 3s, either forming a triangle or they're in some form of synchronization with each other. Whether they use the same light energy field around them, don't really know, but they tend to have, you know, a bit like a flock of birds. We have one in front, and then they all sit like an airplane wing in a formation. But 3 is the magic number. So I think that nothing's really going to change in that, is it? No. So this one here, Indo-Pacom. Indo-Pacom. Pacom. Where's that? 2024. So, consisting of a 1 minute and 39 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2024, the reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. The sensor tracks an area of contrast, maintaining its position generally within the center of the frame. Okay, full screen. Let's go. See, same again. White orb. Looks like it's just stationary, floating through the air, whizzing through atmosphere. No real directional change, it's just going from there to there. But what are they? What they're doing? Did that change direction? Was that meant to be going from right to left and then slowed and went from left to right? Now it looks like it's moving up. Oh, I've got some wind turbines here, just to give you some form of perspective. You know, you got to put it into perspective as well. Like, what would you have that's that size of an object? If I'm putting that into relation to them wind turbines, probably as small as a bit smaller than an average car. You know, glowing orb can move in them directions. Turn where it likes. Look, stop. It's coming and observing these wind turbines in ocean. That's what that's doing. Collecting data off them, saying, look what they're doing here, the idiots. I like that one because just when you've got these to gauge what it's actually doing. And then we're on the last one. So unresolved UAP report, Department of the Army 2026, and this one's North America. So consisting of 1 minute and 49 seconds of video from the infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2026. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. The sensor tracks an initial area of interest. The sensor disengages from its previous area of focus and pans from right to left to track two areas of contrast, narrowing the field of view to zoom in, while panning to maintain the object's position generally within the center of the frame. The sensor widens its field of view to zoom out, keeping the area of contrast generally centered within the display. The sensor field of view rapidly cycles between levels of zoom, causing the area of contrast to appear to rapidly increase and decrease in size. The sensor tracks the areas of contrast while maintaining a generally centered position, intermittently cycling between contrast settings. So we're going to have a lot of zooming in, zooming out here. Object small, big, so on. Minute and 50. Straight away, look at that. Now, I've got to rewind that. So straight off at bat, the instant thing I thought was like drone, not specifically one of our manned, not one of our like commercial drones. Was some at the scene over New Jersey. That's the name I was trying to think on earlier. And the ones flying over New Jersey, probably the size of an SUV, and maybe like the ones they have in military, a military drone. This grey, looks like a torpedo, but it's a drone. What are they on about? It's got wings, man. That looks like a car on a road. But it's fucking not, is it? There is no road. That's in the sky. Because we've just seen that look like a is it a warthog type plane? I don't know all my planes. Looks like it's got a trail off the back of it. You see this like looks like smoke trail. But in itself this is strange, isn't it? What the hell is that? It's definitely not a car driving up a road for sure. Go on. Okay, so there we go, guys. Well, we've done 2 hours and 37 minutes. We've covered every single video within the US Department of War website. Obviously, we've got a lot of these. Oh, we've got images. Come on. Yeah, so these images are off the main page. So if you do want to check them out, go to the Department of War, US Department of War main website. It's at the top here. And you can see how I've navigated it. Obviously, I had issues at the beginning trying to find the videos, but eventually found them. And these are just some of the images. And now I'm seeing them there from the videos. But I don't know why that we're monitoring that at that section, if I'm being honest. Because if I just go back and back again, go to releases, and then we just click on there. Then we come down to the bottom, and we was on next. I think we was on about balls. I'm going to look into some of these in the background, see what I can piece together from some of these PDF files. So for people who want to check them out themselves, if you come to, I'm going to check this one out because I've not seen that one. If you come to page 8, obviously there is this video here in the Middle East in 2022, which I'm going to click on that in 1 second. But I started on 9 because I've just seen video, and thought we'll watch them. So that's where they are. I'm going to just click on this one because I've not seen this. United States Central Command. This is a 5-second video, so it's only a quick one for that last one. Accompanying mission report described as observation as a possible missile moving across the field of view. The report also described 4 other objects not depicted in the video as possible birds. Okay. So this one's a quick one anyway, 5 seconds. So they're saying it could be a possible missile there and a flock of birds. I don't see no birds. So I think we've seen maybe this video before or something very, very similar to it. As we can see, we've got a trail at the top, trail at the bottom. If anything, if it was some form of UAP, it looks more of a cigar type UAP. Let's just go back a little. Oh, we can do that there. You know, could be a missile. But to me, they'd know that information because if it was a missile, like they're saying, claiming it could be a missile, this data that they've got here, the person who was in charge of this would know where they are, and they know if there were any conflict, know if there were any war going off, etc., and they could piece that together. But generally, I mean, that is quite interesting. Obviously, we did miss that video because that was in and amongst them. It was in 8. Maybe there's some more further on in like as maybe 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 17s. No. So we've managed to cover every single video on the US Department of War. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's something I do monitor daily. I do keep up with all the latest news. So I had to make this live stream. Yes, I've done it on my channel, so I do apologise, gaming fans. It's just the only way I could get this live stream out there. So I'm gonna sign off for now. If you want to see some more UAP stuff, what I might do, if it's wanted and needed, is I may kick back up to the Edge Academy channel, start uploading more UAP stuff, and just focus on UAP over on that YouTube channel. But I've not really been on there for a few years now, just because I've been trying to focus more on this gaming channel and build this up. So yeah, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. Do appreciate anybody who watches the video, and let's keep fingers crossed we get more videos, more clearer video evidence, because we've kind of seen this data before, and the one that stood out to me out of all them clips was the 2013 one. So I'm signing off for now. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one.